Look at that. The beauty. The splendor. It's wonderful. It's incredible. It's the sometimes blow.
Oh, it's a blow.
I really miss the sound of your voice doing that.
I miss it too, man.
I made a wish.
What?
There's one on there. And it came true, because my wish was to spend time with you.
Hey, looks
Wait,
like,
what do you mean? You miss your own voice?
I do. I miss singing that.
You could just sing in the shower if you wanted.
Well, you know, it might freak out
You know what we haven't done
my
in a long
invisible
time?
friends. What's up?
We haven't sat on a curb and had a curb talk.
You want to have a curbside chat?
Only problem is there's no curbs in front of your house. Just a lot of fields and horses.
Yeah.
So maybe could we sit on the front porch?
Yeah, we can try that.
Let's do
You want
that.
to give it a shot?
Yeah.
Let's give it a shot.
So this is how you live in Georgia.
This is it, man.
Rocking chairs. on
Rocking
the
chairs,
porch.
the wide open space views. It's pretty nice.
I can see Tennessee. Is that Tennessee?
No, Tennessee's a little further out.
How you been doing, man?
I'm doing, you know what? I'm doing, man.
How have you actually
how
been
I am.
doing? Like in your heart?
Dude, my heart is full of love and laughter and the joyous rain of joy.
What have you been
So-
up to? What have you been up to, man?
Well,
You got projects?
I do, man.
Plans?
I moved back to Georgia. Did you know that?
Yeah, I was
wasn't
aware.
sure, but I moved back to Georgia. I haven't been in any videos in a while.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you've been following me on Twitter, but I haven't done a sometimes vlog in like a while.
No, it's been a minute, man.
Yeah, I should have told you. But now, like, I'm back. I'm working
Was everyone surprised to see you here?
here
Yeah.
on the porch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the wasps were like, "Oh, didn't expect you."
Dude, there are some wasps I've just been noticing.
Yeah.
Georgia has a problem with that. You should get on that. What have you been working at?
Dude, I'm writing again for the first time in generations.
I got to read a little of
Yeah.
the writing of Tyler.
Yep.
It's splendid. Simply splendid.
Uh
The scene
oh. Uh huh. I know.
with the butler.
What are you gonna do? Should have been there when I wrote him at 2 in the morning, just screaming.
So you're working at a factory though, honestly.
Well, yeah, I work
And
in a
that-
factory.
That's crazy.
It's kind of fun.
Spreading out, looking for other jobs.
Yeah, making some good money. But
What's it like to work in a factory? Like, is it everything Bruce Springsteen makes it seem like it's gonna be?
Oh yeah, totally. Like the sweat and the love and the anger and the cars and the ladies.
What's the
Uh
the ladies?
Well, you know.
And the sweat?
Yeah, well, that's how you attract the ladies. That's when you answer from a hard day's work.
That makes sense. That's why they're never around me.
Exactly.
Oh, hey!
You gotta just pop on that blue collar. They
Yeah.
come running.
So you have to make glue.
Yeah, basically.
Tyler makes glue in a factory downtown
Yeah,
with
well,
Leroy Brown.
I do. Me and downtown Leroy.
Okay.
He makes glue.
Let's cut to the chase.
All right, let's
cut
just
the
get to
chase.
it. They're tired of
Evan.
this, of the vamping.
All right, they're sick of us and
Yeah.
our attitudes.
Yeah.
Frankly, so am I.
Listen, I understand.
I'm gonna give you something
I can't
that
wait.
you deserve. Really, like a lot. It's gonna be my fist.
$10,000.
You left this, man.
Oh.
You drove away, and you just left it there. I brought it to you.
I can't just. My fate seems to be to not be able to escape
Are you stoked?
the Mexican large
I knew
hat.
you would want your Mexican large hat back.
You know what, man? This means more to me than if you gave me a check for $10,000.
Well, I don't have that.
Well,
Someday.
you know, I mean, but I guess this will do.
If things go well someday, I could give you a check for $10,000 that you couldn't cash it.
Well, I could autograph this hat and then sell it to myself.
I think that's a great idea. Where are you
works.
gonna? You should just mount that on the wall.
Oh, you think
Oh
so?
my gosh! Do you know what?
What?
I just drove across the entire American Southwest, and right now I'm thinking, just spitballing here, but I'm thinking, I could have got you a Mexican blanket or a serape,
A serape.
and you could have nailed it to the wall,
Uh-huh.
and then put the hat above it.
Oh, yes!
Got some maracas,
When I get my next house, dude.
some coronas.
Oh, uh-oh. Yep.
Then
And everyone will hate me, and then I'll put it above my fireplace in my next home
So you did some soul searching,
with some neon paintings. Yeah, man.
guessing.
I searched a soul or two of my own.
and now you're at peace.
You know what? I'm in a piece.
How do we get to there?
You know, Justin, I'm glad you asked.
Because you're from the South, you probably have some Southern wisdom. You have a rocking chair. And my guess is that if you got a rocking chair and you've been sitting out here for 6 months,
Yeah.
with thinking, which is clearly all you've been doing.
I've been satting.
You've been satting.
Listen, I came to the porch and I sat a spell for the last 6 months, and then you showed up. So
you've done a lot of contemplating.
Been a long
I mean,
spell.
you're wearing the same shirt.
Well, you know, what are you going to do? A man's only got so many shirts. Listen, man, I feel like we talked about in the last Sometimes vlog I was in California, or one of the last, when we did the curbside chat. The last curbside
chat.
Yeah, like FDR used to do on YouTube.
Oh, he had no choice, though.
Uh-oh. We, jokes lamer than FDR's legs. We were talking about how I wanted to make my happy as loud as it could be.
Exactly.
Jason. So I decided that what I needed to do in order to make myself a happy person was to first figure out how to become a real person.
Yes. Yes.
That was where I decided. When I moved out here, I kind of just like stayed in my bedroom and didn't talk to anyone for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, what else can you do but just watch Girl Meets World and cry? So I did that, or a variation of that.
And I did that.
Yeah, I did that.
Uh-huh.
And I had to figure out what worked for me. What was going to make me happy, what was going to make me fulfilled, that even if the world didn't remember my name, even if none of that, if I didn't get any of the fortune and glory, what do you do to be happy? And is it okay to not get the fortune and glory?
Right, right.
You know, everyone wants it, but what if you don't achieve it?
Right.
What I finally figured out is that if you can live a life where you're a good person, you're a generous person, you're charitable, and you can just find comfort and peace in being a good person and just living a life of not complacency and not the wrong kind of comfort, but just like heart and soul joyous fulfillment. So, you know, working hard, maybe starting a family if that's what you want to do.
Whoa!
Maybe not. But just finding a way, like, my main goal became finding like peace of mind and peace of heart.
See, that's a good goal.
And then I feel like whatever you do after that, creatively or otherwise, it will be better if you can first just become a real person. I was telling you yesterday that you may still be, I don't know, but for a long time you were on the quest for positivity.
Yes.
And I'm on the quest for authenticity.
I love that.
Yeah, I want to just become a real, authentic, good person and let everything else flow from
I think
that.
I talked about this like for like an hour in a vlog I did once. It was probably a little too long.
Right.
Where I think it was called Insanity or something was the title of the vlog, because the definition of insanity is keep repeating yourself and expecting different results. Where I talked about like being younger. I think that's the curse, because you're like, I'm gonna be a rock star. For me, it was I'm gonna be a rock star.
Right.
Write songs, write all these songs, and I'm sitting here now thinking, like, I hadn't really experienced a lot when I was writing those songs, so they were coming from like this perspective.
Right.
And like
The
I think
tiny
it's kind of a similar thing. Like if you don't have a life, don't live a life, you don't have a lot to say. Like
That's
you
true.
struggle
That's
as an artist,
absolutely
you
true.
struggle creatively.
Creatively.
Right.
The creativity scene.
Creatively.
Yeah.
Creep.
Creep.
And then there's a lot of people that I know that are like that. Like, I don't understand why nobody can recognize my genius. It's like, because you need to calm down.
Yeah, because a lot of times I found with myself personally, like, if you're not kind of where you need to be in, like, the right headspace, whatever your content you're putting out there in the world, whether it be painting, whether it be videos, whether it be writing, whether it be, I don't know, like, freaking online gaming commentary. Like, if it's not coming from, like, a real place...
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Whoa.
If it's not coming from a real place, then you're just, like, forcing this stuff out in the world, and if there's no real meaning or heart behind it, some people may like it, but is it really what you want to be remembered by? Like, you know,
would you want to be popular for something that you didn't know in your heart was great?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the real thing. See, that's why I take days off when I do the vlog. I'm not going to do I'm sorry, but I'm never going to do like an everyday thing. Because for me personally, I feel like if I was doing it every day, then there's some days where I wake up and I'm like, what can I put on film today?
Yeah.
Which is like my job.
Right.
But there are some days, I feel like if I did that every day, I wouldn't have any thoughts, feelings, or experiences that were actually mine.
Right.
And I've kind of screwed up on this trip, because part of that was going to be like, I want to take a few days off in between and do that. But I was driving across the country, I wanted to show everything. So if I go back across, like, oh, I've shown a little bit of Texas, I can relax today or whatever.
Yeah.
But you have to live a life, have life experiences to have any kind of creative force. And then you have to ask yourself, if anyone ever sees this art,
Right.
is it worth making the art if like nobody ever sees it?
I think it is worth. If you're making like the great quality, the best of your life stuff, then even if no one ever sees it, even if it's so fulfilling for you personally that that's everything you need to get out of the experience.
I think that's like the key distinction, right?
Yeah.
Like if the difference between art and something that's just like working at a Motel 6
Yeah.
is like, I made this thing that I'm proud of having made. I don't care how many people watch it. Like today, someone left a comment in one of the videos that was like, way to shoehorn in a piece of political graffiti that like I didn't even realize was on a wall in the background.
Neither of us
and
did.
I said, just don't. I replied to the person was like, just unfollow me. Just don't follow me. Please just don't come back here. I don't care about followers.
Right.
I don't care about numbers.
Mm.
I care about a quality experience of people having a moment with people sharing something like that. To me is the art. Of
Exactly.
it. And like I don't need a number. I hear a lot of you've heard some too because we've known a few people who
Hey,
are
listen, I've known a person.
creatively
Some people.
Yeah, some Hispanic, some white.
Some Irish, probably.
Some Irish.
Yeah.
Some of all the stripes and colors. Creeds.
Creeds.
We've known a few creeds.
A few Creed Bredens.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But we've known some YouTubers and some musicians and all different kind of people. And you know that there's the type that's like, I just need more people at the show. Everybody who comes. And it's like, but you don't even agree with this.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I used to be in a band that was like a super political punk band.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, you kind of know me, like, I'm not really that guy, but I was like, everyone seems to like us. And then eventually it's like, but why would I want to be a part of that? Like, not that the band wasn't great or the guys weren't smart and they believed in what they were doing.
Yeah.
I just didn't believe it. So even if it were to blow up, it didn't, but even if it were to blow up huge, I would have never regretted leaving because it's not where my heart was.
Right.
So I would rather be...
I always thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, looking at bands, like musicians, where there'd be one who's like, I'm leaving the band because I just don't agree with where it's going. And you're like, why would you leave the #1 selling band because you don't agree with where it's going?
Yeah.
Shut up and play the guitar!
Well, I would rather be not remembered and be exactly who I want to be than be remembered and just be a version of myself that I force myself to be.
Yeah, because, like, can you imagine? What if you're on your deathbed and there's 50,000 people outside chanting your name, please live!
Yeah.
And all of them think you're a different guy
Right.
than you are.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the thing you gotta remember is some of the best people in the world, like some of the best people, most inspirational, incredible human beings, you're never gonna know their names, and the news of the world isn't gonna report on their life or death, to paraphrase Emmylou Harris. And I don't know, there's just something amazing about leading and living a life of service and of self-fulfillment that even if you're not a huge personality, it's a life worth living, and I think that's really beautiful. And I'm trying still in the quest for authenticity that we've planned.
Quest for authenticity.
I'm trying to find a way to make both worlds just like meet in harmony.
Yeah.
Where like I do have this creative side that I want to fulfill, and I do have this real life authentic side that I want to fulfill, and I need them to combine themselves in a way that works.
Isn't it funny? Because, like, we look to, like, make things happen in a certain way. We're like, I must move to the big city, or I must, like, for me, I was like, I must go on this tour or be on this record label or whatever it is, and, like, you go through that experience and it didn't work, or it didn't work out the way you thought it was, or it wasn't the end-all be-all that you thought it was going to be, but then at the end of the day, like, you remove yourself in the situation, you're like, I needed to do that.
Right, like you can put out...
I needed to go through that.
I needed to move to California. I have no regrets about it. It made me figure out really the kind of person I wanted to be.
And the kind of person that you wanted to be, it turns out.
Yeah. Was a sombrero wearing weirdo.
Yep. Was a guy with a sombrero.
Nailed it.
But actually, the kind of person you wanted to be, what I should have said, what would have been more heart-touching, would have been if I'd have said, the kind of person that, it turns out the kind of person you wanted to be was happy.
Hashtag Mexican large hit.
But really, the kind of person you actually wanted to be was a guy with a sombrero. So you're welcome. I brought it to you.
So both.
I have one other present for you.
Okay.
So come this way.
All right. I don't know what we're doing.
Well, you'll see. Right around here, buddy.
All right. Let's check it out.
I love this look, man. You gotta keep this going.
I think forever. I have to grow my mustache out a little bigger.
Yeah, well, to match the sombrero. It works.
It'll be
I think
fine.
It's fine.
I think
That's a
it'll
good
be
look.
nice.
All right, Tyler.
Yeah.
He's come across the country with me.
Okay.
And now...
Oh.
He's yours.
Owlie?
Owlie.
Owlie.
The owl. Here's the thing. Owlie the owl.
Mm-hmm.
As sad as I am about this,
Yeah.
has expressed a desire to me that he wants to be a creature of the land. And right now he's a creature of a storage unit most of the time.
So he served with you bravely.
Yes.
But now he kind of wants to go back into the wild.
Here's the thing, we have two options. I can leave Allie on the side of the road in a forest of his choosing, where he made the choice, and could live free, die poor. Or I could give him to you, and he could live in the forest, but still know the charm of friendship.
You know what? I think this is good. I think me and Allie are going to form our own relationship of adventure and fun. So
I think that's okay? Is this good?
it's more than okay. It's more than good. We're going to do okay, you and me. Bring it in.
The other part of this is that you don't have me around
I don't, yeah.
to talk your ear off. I think that's part of the reason you left, was like, man, Justin he talks.
It's definitely not it.
And the thing is, this way you can feel like there's someone near who will say absolutely nothing and just listen to all your crap.
You know, that's exactly what I need. That's what you've used.
That's
it
what
for.
everybody needs. That's what I need.
Yep. Well, I got a new buddy to bounce ideas off of. A new plastic owl friend.
And also, I know that you can put it out here and it'll chase away birds because you hate them.
Yeah.
All right, you got to go to work.
I do, like right now.
I'm gonna go roam around until you're not at work.
Sounds good, man.
So I will see you later.
See you, buddy.
Scenes like that just warm my heart. I'm happy that we can make this possible, gang. In fact, we're gonna do a lot of stuff today, but I don't know that we can combine the two into one video. So we're gonna leave Tyler here now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.